Hey everybody, it's me, Sam from Bean and Chisme. Welcome to the show. I'm Samantha Naheda, your host, and as you can see, we are in a construction zone. Yes, I just got to keep it real with y'all, you guys. Tonight is going to be different, and I am going to be hosting alone. And I just wanted to welcome you to the show and let you know that this is a show called Under Construction, this episode. So thanks for joining us. We are live from San Antonio, Texas. And if you want to share this, tell your friends right now. We are live and we are on YouTube and Facebook. So if you are a true chismosa at heart or chismoso, because they are male as well, please share this broadcast. We have an amazing lineup, as usual on the Bean and Chisme show. We have local musical guest, Sire, and he's here. And we also have a local comedian who's a superstar, Chona-E, in the house, who's one of my dear friends. So I'm so excited to get to the show, but there's so much to catch up on, you guys. Like, OMG. If you are new here, please leave a heart. If you're an OG, please leave a taco. I want to know what y'all are doing. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments because we can pop that shit up too. So, before we get started, I want to also give a shout out to our sponsors, B-Voy Counseling. Vanessa Montes is a sponsor. We're going to shout out to The Goods, Chamoy, and we have a giveaway for that. Also, Beauty BLC. Lori Messer is one of our sponsors as well, and she is a waxing queen. And I'm going to tell you all about these beautiful ladies coming up. But yes, we are giving away a full tray of chamoy candy from The Goods Chamoy.
I am in candy heaven.
It is like crack. I've never tried crack in my life, but if there was crack,
look,
I think this would be
I am in candy heaven.
High, I guess.
I'm so excited.
Good stuff coming up. You guys follow The Goods Chamoy, but also tag
from The
Goods
Goods
in the comments below.
Thank you, Monique.
A winner at the end of the night. So let's just roll with it. Let's just get into the show, you guys. I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't know what I'm doing with my life right now. I am under construction. I want to say like this personal journey started for me a year and a half ago, about at the end of 2022. I kind of started approaching my life differently, seeing my life differently, living for me, living for myself, discovering what I want and what I don't want. And it's really interesting because when you ask God or the universe for what you want, a lot of shit gets disrupted. Your normal everyday life just reality crumbles in front of you. So be very careful for what you ask for. And when you ask your life and you want your life to change for the better, you go through a complete transition that is painful. You lose people. You get rid of people on purpose, but you also lose people you love. You change habits that you held on so tightly to. You just change the way you think, the way you feel. Mainly the mindset is what changed for me, and really discovering my self-worth. And I still struggle with that. I know that the internet can be deceiving, and I've said this on my platforms numerous times, that don't believe what you see. I only allow you into my personal world very small. Like, I don't show my entire life. You maybe see a quarter of my real life, because I don't believe that the internet, social media is real life. I think this physical 3D world is more real than anything, but even that's not even fucking real. But anyway, I won't get you down my fucking rabbit hole of whatever. But the whole point is to say that we are in a whole new set right now. I am literally like a hot mess on the inside, and not in a bad way, because I feel like I'm being stretched and I'm being tested in many ways because I asked for it, because I asked God to show me something different, because I wasn't happy with the path that I was on. So now I have to go through it and just see what that is for me. And so one of the things in discovering like what I want to do, I started this show 6 years ago with Nina, and the whole goal of the show was just to talk chisme, literally just to see, just to talk out loud, say things that most people didn't want to say out loud, say, just really things to make people feel more comfortable to come out and say things that were important to us, like our culture, our generational curses, fucking the judgments that we all have on each other. And we made comedy out of it, which was a blessing, right? And so comedy was not something that I thought I could ever do. And I was so blessed, and I am blessed to be able to produce content and skits that make people happy and bring joy to the world. And I do believe that this is my calling. It's what makes me happiest. It's what brings me the most fulfillment. If I get paid every now and then to do it, even better, right? And so I'm on this journey of like really deciding what to do with it now that I have this baby. Bring Nina into the picture, and we had a great chemistry. And in that chemistry, it's a partnership, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And that's just the way business is, right? And so having to deal with her leaving and then coming back, it's been difficult. And I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like I've been disappointed by a lot of people in my life, and there's nothing I can do but move forward. What I tell people is I'm a chingona, and how can I be a chingona if I sit here and cry and crumble? I fucking can't. I have a daughter. I have a mortgage. I have a car payment. So when shit gets fucking tough, there's one thing to do, and it's one step at a time. That's all I can do. I have been deeply depressed before. Luckily, I'm not in the dark. I call it the dark, deep depression because there's levels to depression if you didn't know. And my anxiety has been flared up. But I put my big girl chingona panties on and I fucking move on, which is why we're here. And I'm so glad that you guys are joining and watching. I appreciate you guys so much. The ones that have been there from the beginning, or if you're new that have stuck with me recently, I appreciate you more than you know, because I would have given up on this shit a long fucking time ago, you guys, because if you were to look at the time, the money, and the stress that comes with producing a show and being in the content, the actor, the writer, the producer, the director, and going to get the money for all of this, it would never add up to make valuable, what you would say is value in a business, right? Like, is it profitable? Is it valuable? Does it bring, money in to where you have a living that's worth all that pain? It's not for me right now. And in the entertainment industry, I definitely want this message to go out to content creators or anybody who's in something where you're like, why the fuck am I doing this? Like, what is this all for, right? None of this makes sense. And so I recently went on a self-development retreat, and it pulled a lot of shit out of me again. So just when I thought like, oh, I got this shit figured out, it was like, boom, the universe just took me down another roller coaster dip of like, okay, this is the reality. This is where you're at. What do you want? What do you want? And when I was asked that question, I couldn't answer it. A lot of people could answer it just like that. I know exactly what I want, but I was like, you know what? I don't know that answer. Because the old Sam would have been like, this is what I want, but I want it to go this way, exactly in these steps, in this order. And that's not how life works. And I really do believe that everything works for the greater good. Nothing is an accident. Everything happens exactly how it's supposed to happen, when it's supposed to happen. So I've had to ride the roller coaster of those emotions. And that can be very draining. And so I have felt like shit. Like, there are days where I don't want to get up. I don't want to work. My brain fog is fucking wild. If you guys know what brain fog is, it's being in a state of just confusion constantly. And then almost like having ADHD. I'm not a doctor, so don't fucking quote me on some shit. But it's like having ADHD all the time, where I'm distracting myself and not really focused because my emotions are just so overwhelming. And so I'm existing sometimes in my depression, and it sucks. It sucks so badly. And in Texas recently, the sun came out, which has been a blessing. But when you're depressed, and like, I could do 3 or 4 days gloomy, but I could never live in the Northwest because I would like be so sad. So anyway, I just wanted to take the time to let you guys know that I am under construction. The Bean and Chisme show is under construction. I don't know what the next steps are. I wish I could sit here. I thought I knew what they were. When we started this season in January, I thought I knew. A lot has changed. As you can see, I'm by myself on this set. Nina's not here. And I don't think I want to talk about that right now. I haven't put my PR answer together for that, and I will do that. I'm not going to not tell you guys. But just like anything else, we fucking move on, and there's nothing else I can do. If God has something in store for me that's better, I'm going to do that. Whatever's better for me, number one, and for my daughter, right? But I did want to share with you guys some of the sentiment that I feel around doing stand-up comedy. And we are going to have one of my really good friends, Chona-E, on the show here. So maybe I can ask her the same question, because a lot of artists, a lot of creatives battle with this struggle. First of all, we have imposter syndrome, meaning we don't feel like we even deserve any good things that happen to us, because that's not really me. When people say, you're so famous, you're so popular, you're so funny, I cannot receive that. I don't receive it well. Even when somebody tells me I'm beautiful, I'll say, yeah, right. That is a horrible response. And that has to do with my self-worth and my self-love. And so I'm working on that. But one of the things I wanted to share with you is my sentiment on stand-up, because it's one of those things that kind of confuses me. So this is what I posted 5 days ago. A handful of folks have been asking if I will be doing any more stand-up shows. To be honest, I don't know. I'm at a point in my life where I want to do everything with love and intention, not just because or just to stay busy. And trust me, I like staying busy. Don't get me wrong, my ass wants nothing more to do than be on that stage, in the lights, making you guys laugh, bringing joy into this crazy world. However, I want to be clear that this is for me and my calling in my life, not for anybody else, not because it's cool, not for my ego, not because of FOMO, not because people are telling me that's what I should be doing. Everything needs to be intentional and with purpose. I tend to be a jack of all trades, and I'm tired. I want to live my life to the fullest with a clear mind and focused intention. As a former people pleaser and doer of all the things, this new way of being is quite the struggle, because I hate disappointing people. However, by not leading with my own heart, I'll only disappoint myself, and that's all that matters. Writing skits, performing, and motivating will always be a part of me, so I'm not going to go anywhere. The Lord gave me the gift of gab, so I'm here, right? The Lord gave me the gift of gab, so I'm going to use it to bless others. Just wanted to be transparent. I'm open to what God wants from me, and that's ultimately where the desires of my heart lie. Love y'all, and thank you for believing in me when I couldn't. And so I want to just leave this segment off with that, kicking off the show, and saying, sometimes people don't know where they're at in life, where they want to go. I know where I want to go because my heart tells me, but I'm left brain, right brain. So I'm logical, and I'm also creative and emotional. So my brain constantly does this battle constantly, right? I know that I like to write, produce, direct, and act. I love to perform. I love to make you guys laugh, period. Motivating people all day, right? Where that's going, how I'm going to get there, I don't know. And that's okay. We're not going to have all the answers. And I wish sometimes I had those answers. It's scary. It's very scary financially when you go after a dream, because, my ass should be going to get a job right now at wherever, and I can. Thankfully, I have the skill set to do what I want. But I can't be miserable with my soul anymore. And I'm just at that crossroads in life. And so thank you guys again for being here. Thanks for sticking by my side and the brand Bean and Chisme. We have grown our following tremendously over the years. We can't do it without you guys. And just being real. The show is always based on being real. And I can't be anything less than that. So thank you. And we're going to keep going with the show. I'm so excited. We do have a badass lineup today. And before I get to the first guest, we're going to roll a video so you can play it now.
To the stage, we got my boy Sire.
From the streets of Rio, China, all the way Tokyo. No matter where we ever go, Latin beats deep in your soul. Spain, Caribbean to Mexico, ended up in Morocco. There's no limit to where we go. There's no limit to what we show. It's all a party. It's all in the sky. Morning I've been up all night. I know you had to go, know you had to take your flight. We both one of the same, you're my twin flame, yeah. Haven't been home in a while, maybe I miss your smile, yeah. Hold up, you know I've been up all night. I know you had to go, know you had to take your flight. We both one of the same, you're my twin flame, yeah. Haven't been home in a while, maybe I miss your smile, yeah. Knowing that hard on your sleeve, everywhere you go, you know they see.
All right, you guys, welcome to the set, Sire.
What's up, Sam? How you doing?
How's it going? Okay,
Good.
so I was vibing right now.
Yes. It's always
that
high
reggaeton.
energy.
Okay, so tell us everything. Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I want to say thank you so
Of
much.
course.
I've been actually following you since you started in 2017.
Stop lying.
No, really.
You're
So-
lying, and I can't have liars on the set.
So just I want to say I've seen your following. I've seen what they've been doing, and I want to thank y'all for tuning in. And I'd love to see y'all at the shows too as well.
Push your mic in a little bit for me. Boom. Okay, right there.
Okay, we good to go.
What does that mean? Island's trying to tell me something. Okay. He's all going like this. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank
no
you. It's
worries.
been quite the journey, and I appreciate it. So we want to talk about you and my friend Michael Shackelford. Shout out Shaq. He was like, "You've got to listen to this guy. You've got to have him on your show." So
Shout out to Michael.
Michael Shackelford has brought Sire here to the Beanie Chisme show, thankfully. So tell us all about you. You're from San Antonio, El Paso?
Yeah, I'm from El Paso, but I grew up here in San Antonio. And, I just started out my music career interviewing other artists, much like this kind of situation here. I would like to understand how they produced, how they interacted, how they networked, how they had certain cadences and songs, and, what brought that energy or what brought a beat to life, because you and I can have the same beat and it's not going to be the same energy or the same vibe or the same message that we're sending across. So that's really important to me.
So were you into music growing up and you kind of always knew you wanted to be a musical artist? It kind of came left field.
Yeah, it definitely came left field. I never thought for a second that I would be here performing, interacting, having
you so natural.
The time of my life. It's so fun being on these stages, seeing my friends, my family, the people that have been there for me. I'm so grateful to even have the following that I have right now. And it's just growing and it's constant, and I'm getting contracts sent my way. I'm making sure that everything's handled legally so that I can monetize my passion.
Yeah.
And it's something that I've been very excited for. And my album is coming out October 9th.
Ooh, what's it called?
So it's going to be All Strings Attached.
All strings instead of no string. I
it's
love
all
that.
strings
Okay.
attached. So
I'm all for a good pun.
yeah, so that's what a lot of my songs have very intricate guitar. Dirty Sanchez, he's the one that I work with.
Okay.
With the strings, and then my producer Clef God, he works with me as well too. Dan also is a producer as well, but I like to keep my circle very small, so I only work with them two. I'm always open to collabing and working with others, but it has to make sense,
Yeah, absolutely. It's your art and it's
my baby.
It's your baby. So you got to get with the people you believe and trust in, Yeah, I get it. And so what kind of music? Because I had the reggaeton.
Yes, Latin kind of vibe.
Okay, so is that the Latin vibe?
It's Latin, basically club, modern hit. So,
Okay, got that.
You could play my songs for a 7-year-old, 70-year-old, anyone in between, mother, father, brother, sister, auntie, cousin, sister, anyone else, anyone you need to play it, friends, family, anyone. I feel like anyone that listens to it automatically is drawn to the energy, the excitement, and it lets you just kind of forget about what's going on in your life just for a second. And sharing that moment together is something that's like very, very important to me.
I need that all the time.
Oh yes, well yeah.
I need to feel like
yeah.
I'm not here for a second. I just need a vibe. That's it. Music is everything.
If you can't create that vibe as an artist, maybe most people they shouldn't be doing it. But I'm very blessed and fortunate that I've found that voice and found that energy, and it's just been following me ever since. And now it's just almost like an addiction. I have to constantly make songs. I have to constantly create. I have 17 singles that I haven't even put out yet. I have 10 music videos fully produced.
10 music already?
I have 10 music videos already produced, and my plan is starting April 30th, I'm going to be dropping a project each month.
Okay.
So on the 30th, or well, certain months, but you know, putting it out at the end of each month, having that promo there and setting it up, because I did take a lot of effort and work. And, you know, when I say effort and work, it could be 4:00 in the morning and all of a sudden this line just comes to your head and you got to write it down. And it's just like, it's just,
you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. So it does feel like I'm on the clock 24 hours in a sense. So
the mind never stops.
yeah,
The creative mind never stops.
I wake up in the morning and that's when I get some of my best lyrics.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What time do you wake up?
I always wake up at 6:30.
That's doable, because there's some freaks of nature. They're like, I wake up at 4 a.m. and I go for a run. I'm like, that's not what I do.
No, realistically, I'm an early bird and night owl, and I take a lot of naps.
Naps are a beautiful
love
thing. Naps are everything. When you're, I'm a mom.
Okay.
So when you're a mom, you don't get those as much, but when I get them, I will take them. I think I have some form of narcolepsy too. Like I can sleep. Can you sleep like REM sleep anytime? I'm the same.
Everywhere. I've actually fallen asleep on a paddleboard.
What? In the water?
Yeah, and in Austin.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Pics or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. When in your life did you say, you know what, I really want to pursue this. I want to jump and take a leap of faith? Because logic, if you're like me, the logic will kick in and be like, get your ass off that fucking stage and go get a real job. Like you got a mortgage to pay. Mm-hmm. So what for you was that, like, I got to do this. I have to do this.
Well, for me, it's the people that I feel like I would let down if I didn't go for it.
Oh.
So if being in this situation, being as fortunate as I am, I'm able to have a very strong family that understands that this could be something that can help us financially as well. And I know you hate to say that because it's art and it's your passion, but at the end of the day, it is a business. So
yeah.
And I don't look at it necessarily like a business. I look at it as the art form, but I have a business background. So naturally my mind thinks like that. So it goes hand in hand, and that's why I'm thankful.
So what kind of business background do you have?
I have a finance degree, so.
Can you do my bills?
Nah, that's the CPA. I get an accountant for that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
so when finance as in like investments, as in banking?
Money, yeah. So
okay, got it.
Yeah, futures, things like that.
Talk to me about
Securities.
my what do you call it? My Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about? Do you know about cryptocurrency and all that, or is that?
Crypto is not really finance.
Okay.
Crypto is its own world in a sense. It doesn't have. It's very volatile. So it's something that. It's almost a gamble because no one can really predict it. And now they actually have computers that actually trade faster than you could. So it's kind of like a crazy world we're living in right now when it comes to money and how it operates.
So do you recommend I keep the cash under my mattress like my abuelita?
No.
Cash
but always
app.
keep some cash on hand. Cash is king.
Old school.
At the same time, you don't want to, stack away a bunch of cash and then just lose it. So
that's scary. That's scary too.
And the FDIC always, I don't know how much you have in your bank, but over $250,000 and is at least insured on the FDIC. So
gotcha. Today, finance with Sire.
Yeah, finance.
We have I'm sorry, I made you have a whole segment on it. So really quickly, so you have an album coming out in October. You're going to be dropping singles.
Yes.
And your next performance is coming up.
Yeah. So actually, with Michael, he saw me perform at a social spot and he really enjoyed it and he really liked what he saw and he booked me for April 13th and 4th of July. So I'm excited for both of those. I can't wait. I know it's an outdoor venue.
Random Beer Garden out in Bernie.
Yeah, out in Bernie. And they have a ton of, beer selections and it's just a great atmosphere. I've been there not performing. And it's just everyone's having a great time and they're really enjoying the day, the moment, the entertainment. So that's what I want to be a part of as well.
Awesome. Yeah, it's definitely a family-friendly place. Random Beer Garden out in Bernie, April the 14th.
No, April the 13th.
April the 13th, you
Saturday.
guys can see Sire perform. Yeah. We want to support you and we want to see you grow. We're excited to see where we're going to go. Love the music, love the vibe.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to share?
If you guys are ever chasing something, I really do encourage you to just go for it. It doesn't matter what you're going for. As long as you're 1% better the next day, you can continue to grow. And I've never thought for a moment that I would be here doing music, showcasing skills that I didn't even know I had until I honed in onto who I was at the core. And I grew up an athlete, so I just grew up simply running track and field, and I never thought to myself music was something that could be a part of my life. But as I kept making music and people kept feeling that energy, just something that consumed, and it became its own brand, its own entity. Once again, my name is Sire right here. So I have it cursive because I am Hispanic. My mom's Mexican, my dad's French, and then I have it almost like very small in the sense that it could be sent anywhere. But merchandise will be coming soon. I'll have it at all my shows as well too. And I just want to say, thank you so much for having me. I know you had me here even though you're under construction.
I am. How do you feel about being on a construction site with somebody who's under construction?
Well, I'm actually under construction myself. I haven't even put out my final product yet. And that's why October 9th is going to be such a beautiful day, because it's like I'm letting my baby go in a sense.
You're coming out like this is your
this
work.
is it. This is my work. This is my body of work. This is my energy, my feelings, my emotions, my
That's scary.
when I'm recording and I have tears running down my eyes, but I'm not sad. It's just one of those things that you can't replicate that feeling, and it's something that's timeless. And I make my music timeless. I have riffs that are just pure solos of guitar. I have from the drums to the set to I really take time in understanding what goes into a beat. What are they gonna feel at this moment? How are they gonna react at this moment? How does that word sound when I put it into that kind of like rounding? Like you could say, how does that sound? Or you could say, how that sound, you and me. There's just the differences. Like,
there's a variety.
Yeah, so you got to put the emphasis on the words. Is not what you say, but how you say it.
So speaking of, we were talking about how you have a radio voice, like you've got this nice deep voice.
Nice.
I have to have you do, because we're gonna do some ASMR, but I want you to do like funny ASMR because you have the voice and it's hilarious. Like,
I'll try to be as funny as you.
You should be like, but you are okay. So let me guide you, because I'm not that funny. I'm not that funny. Okay, so you should be like, say, hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos.
Okay, I want you to be like, hey, baby, I want to put queso on your hot Cheetos.
Hey, baby, I want to put queso in your hot Cheetos. I messed up on it a little bit.
It should be like, I don't know, carne asada.
Oh, you throwing some carne asada. See, I might be, my mom's Mexican, but see, I grew up here in San Antonio a little different, so yeah.
Oh, okay. I love it. Carne asada.
Put queso in your
Oh, what? Wait, what did you say?
You said put queso.
Yeah, I want to put queso on your hot Cheetos.
Put queso in your hot Cheetos.
I'm so tired.
No.
You're going to be like, I went in an interview with this one girl and she made me do ASMR
all of a sudden,
shit.
just hot Cheetos everywhere.
That's what we do here at Being a Chisme.
Just queso and hot Cheetos everywhere.
Food porn. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for playing. I know we're crazy, but we're going to have our next guest on. And if she would like to come to the room, she can. They can switch it out.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Sire, everybody. He is going to be performing April 13th. Don't forget to support him and see him. Ladies and gentlemen. The 13th. Damn it. Why do I always get that shit wrong? I'm so sorry. Follow Sire on social, by the way. He is on our Instagram page, and you can follow him on all platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Nobody told me this shit was falling, and I don't like you all for that. Nobody has your girl's back. Just kidding. Okay, so come on in, both Sin and Chona-E. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give her a round of applause. Get it? 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 Wait, can you do the dance again? Because they didn't see it.
Oh, they didn't see it.
Ready?
Okay, go.
Get it? 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 Get it, girl. Get it? Do you need to put a thing in my hair? Well, come on in.
Oh, there it is.
Get it? Yeah, it's low. Get it?
That was good. No, I know. I killed it.
Yeah,
I just killed it.
She's gonna. Cynthia, my makeup girl, Cynthia is gonna come fix me because
Hour is right.
she stole the makeup girl from me, and I don't appreciate it.
Well, Samantha introduced me to this lovely makeup girl. I love how we're calling her the makeup girl.
Look at her nalgas. She does CrossFit, by the way.
No, I know. She like wanted to work out in LA, and I'm like, absolutely not.
You can't go in the middle of the podcast and have the makeup girl.
Oh.
But then I got
Oh, we have a mic move, too. You see, live production. It's
See,
beautiful.
this is under construction, literally.
Literally under construction.
So do I let it stay there? I don't need to be here?
however close you want it to your mouth. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
If you would like
My
to
voice
support...
projects, so I think I'm okay.
Yeah, you're an expert. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to support the pendejadas of the Bean and Chisme show and see more skits, please purchase some merchandise. These tumblers are these are better than Los Stanleys, okay?
Mira.
And a
Los
shirt.
Stanleys keep it cold for 12 hours. That keeps it cold for 72.
This one is called Stanley.
Stanley.
Okay, we got t-shirts and everything on sale, you guys. So don't forget to go to the Bean and Chisme website. I'll leave the link, but please support when you can. Chona-E.
Let's embrace.
Let's embrace. Let's share a
Do you
moment.
feel it?
I feel it to my core. You are a friend, a sister,
And a scholar.
a scholar, and a gentleman.
You are my sunshine. My only sunshine.
My only sunshine.
You make me happy. Skies are gray. I'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please, don't take my sunshine away.
I can't. You see? This is why I love her so much. Oh my God. Okay, so thank you for being a guest on my show.
I am so honored. This is different for me and it feels good.
Last season, we had you as an actual
Yeah.
cast member on the show.
Yeah, dude.
And now you're a guest on the show.
Ya ves.
Why do you feel like that happened? Be truthful to the audiences.
Well, I know, right? Well, food stamps didn't come in, so Mama had to head out and work. Didn't get approved. No, I don't know.
Well, okay, so Chona and I had this conversation about how the Theos came about.
Yeah.
But I ended up adding AJ and Michelle and Joanna thinking that was the best thing at the time, which it actually was very successful. We
It was
had a
good. We had a
great
good time.
time.
We had a
The
good time.
synergy was there at the time, but everybody, I feel, was going on their own path and had different ideas of what they wanted to do. And that's just kind of how it went. And so we just decided to part ways as a cast, keep the brand together.
Right.
And that was just another one of the moments for me personally that I was like, hey, we fucking roll with it. Just see what happens. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that it happened. Aren't you glad that it happened that way though?
Well, I mean, I think that it was a true testament to a kind of friendship we had developed over the years of we working together
Facts.
because, we worked together pretty consistently for a year on a professional basis. And I think we were able to see each other's side of ugly during that time,
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it happens. Like, let's get real. You know what I'm saying? But
happens.
I think that being able to come out of that and still be like really good friends just says a lot about what that experience brought to our relationship. I love you, man. See what I'm saying?
Yep. And so now I've seen you thrive as a comedian,
Yeah.
which is crazy because we were there at the very beginning of your comedy career.
Yeah.
What was your first? I don't think I was there for your very first show. Was I there?
No,
I know. What
my-
was it? Jokesters?
No, my very first was at a place pretty close to where I get my weight loss injections over by the airport. I don't remember what it was called. I probably still have that first flyer, but Irma Ruiz asked me if I did stand up, and this was November 2019.
Wow.
Right before the
Before COVID.
pandemic. Yeah, right before COVID. So, and I was like, I don't do stand up. And she's like, I don't care. Just come on and sing your songs. So that's what I did. I sang
'Cause
three
you
of the
had
songs.
songs.
Well, and remember how much it's evolved. Like, I believe I had a headlining gig at the Femme Comedy Festival recently.
Okay.
And Bobby, who has seen me from the very first time I was doing stand-up actually doing stand-up, like singing my songs and doing stand-up to now. And he's like, you have grown immensely. Like, you're not doing the songs anymore. Like,
Oh, yeah, totally different now. Yeah.
Totally different than before. But yeah, I didn't realize something to kind of tie it back into your speech earlier that you were talking about finding your way. Stand-up was not in my cards, man. Like, that's not why I always, same like you, I have this passion, I have this drive to bring joy and make people laugh. I didn't know what form and what shape it was going to take. When the parodies hit, I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm a parody artist. I'm
you're a
going to
content creator.
Right, content creator. Then it turned into content
TikTok.
creator. Then it turned into TikTok. Then that and eventually evolved into stand-up, which that actually is what fulfills me the most.
Really?
So that's my calling, I feel.
Okay.
Like that was what this whole journey brought me to. And parting ways with Bean and Chisme was kind of my way of saying, I need to go fly and see how much further I can take this.
And you were very transparent. Remember we were at Jason's Deli?
I know, I'm a crybaby.
And she cried and she was like,
Because I was scared.
You're going to get mad at me. And I was like, I can't get mad at you for telling me how you feel. Like, that's how you feel. And she was like, I don't want this next show and I need to move forward and it cannot be branded Bean and Chisme.
Yeah.
It has to be Chona-E. And how do we untangle this little branded web
that we started,
thing and then separate without it being messy. And so thank God we were able to figure that shit out too.
No, totally. And I think that and a lot of people don't know this. Like we're talking about it for the first time.
Construction.
You know what I'm saying?
We're in a construction site.
And so, yeah, I remember that conversation at Jason's Deli, and I remember how heavy my heart was. And that's just the type of person that I am. I don't want to disappoint people, and I don't want people to be mad at me because I'm not used to doing things for myself.
People pleaser, and she's recovering.
Yeah, dude, I that's a hard one. I'm still a people pleaser. Like
I know.
I
I try to tell her sometimes.
Yeah, no, I know. It's kind of one of those things you're gonna have to learn on your own. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so that's kind of how I went into that conversation. Like, I'm about to lose a friend. That's how I felt. So that's why when you were so open and receptive and kind to me about it, that's why I cried, because I was like, wow, I'm just so used to. I mean, I don't know where that comes from, but it comes from somewhere where I'm afraid to
speak your truth.
Speak my truth. Yeah.
Be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's nothing I want more than for everybody who comes to Bean and Chisme to succeed, whether it's Nina, AJ, Michelle, whoever comes to Bean and Chisme. I want everybody to succeed.
Yeah.
But that's also my problem.
And that's what I told you when we were talking about your transition. I said, yeah, mija, enough trying to carry and push the rest of us, that the talent that you're seeing, and I understand your vision and where you were trying to go with that. It's your turn.
That's
because
hard.
You have a lot of the ideas. You're the mastermind of this brand right here.
Yeah.
This is you, Bean and Chisme. It's time for you to do it on your own, man.
I know, and that's scary for me.
It's
because I don't really I didn't at that time really believe in myself.
I get it.
Like that.
I get it.
I think I'm kind of funny. I think I'm kind of this, I can kind of see it, but I'm not like, no, I am. I'm not that person yet. I'm working on that.
No, I mean, I think that you have to kind of plummet a little bit, kind of have to free fall it, because that was one of my biggest reservations on whether or not I was going to renew my contract with Bean and Chisme. I was scared of, I was having the FOMO.
Oh,
I was I was like, what if I leave and I don't have the support? And what if they blow up while I'm gone? And what if I was freaking out and kind of creating all these roadblocks for myself, when I finally just had to come to terms with, girl, just free fall and just see what happens. And I think that that's kind of the crossroads that you're at.
Yeah.
Just see what happens. And honestly, I feel like you pouring your heart out earlier at the very beginning of the segment, it was very powerful what you were saying, by the way.
Thank you.
And I think that it's a nice, refreshing way for the audience to see you, because I know Sam that way. They don't know Sam that way.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that you have a whole bunch of people, a big audience supporting you. And I think that everybody's going to be okay seeing Sam alone. Yeah, and whoever you collab with, yes. But I think that you're going to be the ultimate driver of your brand. You love your brand more than anybody who comes in here. And
facts.
Love is all you need. On that note,
love is all you need. Is that a song?
That's not how it goes.
Oh, how's it
but
go?
It's a Beatles song. But you tried your best. You did. She tried her best, and yeah.
And I also wanted to say real quickly, because I want to get into your stuff, that you were the reason why I started stand up.
Yeah, this.
Because in 2019, Nina and I were invited to a charity comedy stand up thing at LOL. I said fuck no, because I had chorro from getting on the stage.
Yeah, it's scary.
And I love public speaking. Doing comedy and stand up, totally different.
Yeah.
But it was you, and you were at Jokesters one night. It was a show you were opening for Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby, what's Bobby's last name?
Bobby Smith.
Bobby
what is
Schmitty.
up, my guy?
I call him B. Smitty. And owner of...
yeah, B. Smitty.
Owner of... why can't it... Oh, my brain. Upstage Comedy Lounge.
Yes, he's the... him and Calvin. Y luego, not only did I open for Bobby, but Chris Gruan was there too.
Yes. So Chris was there, and it was Chris, Bobby, you sitting in the chairs. I want to say it was my buddy Mike or somebody. AJ? No, it was somebody.
It was Tito, I think.
Was it Tito?
I think it was Tito.
Yeah. No. Anyway, so
yeah,
you were the one who was like, just get up there, you can do it, Sam, you can do it, you're already funny. And I was like, y'all don't understand, I don't do stand-up, I go up there, I just talk.
Oh, that's right, it was just the four of us sitting. Now that was very brave of you to actually be like, fuck it, I'll do it.
It was just 4 people.
Nombre, dude.
I was like, okay, so I started talking about being a hood rat and a hood rat mom, and that was it. And y'all were like, you can do this, you can absolutely do this.
You had a really nice premise already.
Yeah, I just made it up because I was like, well, I'll talk about hood rat things all the time, right? It's my life. So then we started doing stand-up because you would invite me to go to your shows. And then she didn't have to do this.
I would throw you on.
She said Upstage Comedy Lounge offered me a show, but I want to make it Bean and Chisme show.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about, the brotherhood here. So Mother's Day of 2022. Mother's Day. Bad Moms Brunch.
We were kind of on the, riding in on the coattails of your Bean and Chisme Bad Moms Fiesta music video.
Yep, and that was when we started doing stand-up together, and I started kind of doing it.
Dabbling in a little more.
Ironically, Michelle Cantu is working the door as a volunteer that day.
Yeah, she did. We met her for the first time that day.
Like, everything is so tied together. It's unreal how there's nothing on accident. So like I said, because of you, I actually tried it. And so I just struggle with it because I'm always like, I just feel like, 1, I'm not funny enough. 2, what am I doing here for a $50 bar tab? Like, is this worth, right? Like, that whole fucking thing fucks with my head.
Totally, dude. Full transparency to everybody. LA, I got paid $25 out there.
For all the shows you did?
Yeah.
Because you did a show every night.
I did 2 one night and then 1 all the other nights. So I did 5 shows in Los Angeles. Comedy doesn't pay. If you are on somebody's show, you're not going to get paid unless you're on my show. You're going to get paid very well because I don't fuck around. But seriously, ask any comedian that's ever worked with me before that I've ever produced a show. Fair. You're going to get paid. Okay. So, because I don't just pay for the amount of time that you did, I'm paying for your promotion. If you promoted hard for me, I take all that into consideration. I also take into consideration what kind of following and people you're bringing into the door. Those type of things, getting off track. But comedy doesn't pay. So, which is why I like to produce my own shows. And the only time that I am agreeing to be on somebody else's show has nothing to do with the money. Nothing whatsoever. Has everything to do with my exposure, the people that I'm going to meet, and a potential connection to the venue I'm performing at. That is my value there.
Okay. The relationship.
The relationship building is the reason why I would say yes to anything. The reason why I was in LA, because I was networking my brand.
But you were at the Laugh Factory, bro.
I was at the Laugh Factory
crazy.
But wait, I did it for free, but I was on Paul Rodriguez's show.
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying?
That's crazy. I'm just so happy for you on that. That, to me, like, I was already so excited
honestly,
for you.
a really cool thing about that show is that I was second to the last. Yes, I wasn't featuring for him. I was before the feature. And that basically means is the person that opens for the headliner is the feature. So I was before the feature. And it was my turn to go. So I'm waiting on the wings. And he announces the feature first.
Okay.
And I was like, ah, cabrón. Oh. And then he gets off stage, the host, and he's like, I freaking forgot you were here. Okay, I guess you opened for Paul. And I was like, well, that worked out nicely. Because I'm like, you want to open for the headliner. That's a good spot to be in. And so, you know, in comedy, there's no flash photography or anything like that. And while I was on stage, I noticed a flash in the back of the room. It was Paul Rodriguez recording my set.
No way.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't get to meet him or talk to him after the show because he left abruptly. But I'm in his phone somewhere, so he knows me.
Paul Rodriguez, we want that footage. We are going to summon it. And we're going to make you post it here. You know,
Holla.
Real side note, I really want to support Paul Rodriguez. He's a comic legend.
Comic legend, yes.
And we need him here in San Antonio. So,
yes, we do.
Back to you.
Amazing. So kind of tying back to, I got off track. Tying back to you were saying how comedy doesn't pay and stuff. It doesn't. It doesn't pay unless you're able to, build. Kind of what I'm trying to build is that I have my own brand that I'm marketing, and I'm producing my own shows, and I'm headlining the shows, and I'm hiring the people.
And I see you working your ass off.
I'm busting my ass, dude. And it's definitely hard. It's very, very difficult. But the point that I'm getting at is something that you said earlier about where you are in your stand-up journey, that you're doing it because there's a purpose. So am I, my guy. And the thing is you look at all these other comedians, and I'm not talking shit. Their flyers are stacked with shows. Stacked. They're putting in the stage time and the work, and that's amazing. Amazing. How much I would love to be able to post flyers for you guys to say that I'm in 7 different shows in 1 week. I would love that. But I'm not moving at that pace.
Yeah.
Everything that I do has to be with purpose because my kids and my husband still come first.
Yeah.
So that's why if I'm doing something, it's gotta be worth my time. And that's okay if your journey is that way too, because it's for you.
Exactly.
I got blinders on, man. Rules. I don't give a shit what's going on here, or here. Yep. Just what's my journey, what's in front of me and my family. That's all I really give a shit about.
Yeah, the comparison in the entertainment industry it will kill you. It will kill you.
Huge.
If you don't ground yourself and be aware that what's meant for you will happen for you. Don't worry about homeboy, homegirl doing that. I'm looking at, you know what, your time will come, and maybe it won't. Maybe you're meant to be working at USAA or HEB.
You see what I'm saying?
but I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like, why am I doing this? What is all this for?
Yes, actually, yes. I had a moment, I think I talked to you about it. I was filing my taxes. This is the second year that I had to pay back. And when people say you're paying back, Uncle Sam, they're like, fuck, she's rolling in the dough.
You're making monies.
You're making monies, mija. And the thing is that I feel like I'm not. I'm at a point in my business with Chona-E that there's still no profit. I'm investing more than I am making any profit at this point. And I don't get any income tax anymore. So this year, whenever I was filing my taxes and I had to pay back, I couldn't help but cry. I couldn't help but cry and think like, what the fuck am I even doing this for, dude? I'm a hamster on a wheel. I was telling my sister, and she said, you really need to have a conversation with yourself and realize if it's worth it, Joanna, because you're gone from your kids sometimes. There's a lot of sacrifice that you're making for this business, for Chona-E. I go, yeah, dude, I definitely am sacrificing. I'm busting my ass. I'm working hard. And she said, so is it worth it? And I said to her, this is the only thing that I do for me. Chona-E is the only thing that's selfish. It's the only thing that I can call mine. And it's the only thing that, besides my children, that brings me pure joy.
There you go.
So there was my answer.
I love that. And I want you to stop using the word selfish, because it has a negative connotation.
It does.
There's nothing wrong with doing something
for
that
yourself
makes you happy, just because. You want to go play pickleball because that's what you love to do? Like, fuck it.
Fucking
that's not
pickle
selfish.
It up. Pickle it up then.
I think it's a woman thing too. I'm going to say it. Like, men go fishing, golfing, fucking whatever the fuck they do. Nobody calls them selfish.
No. And here's the thing. I think a lot of it has to do with that because we grew up in this very judgmental Mexican culture.
Absolutely.
That the viejo's supposed to this, y que este que el otro, y waka waka, all this stuff.
Waka waka.
That I worry, I still have those voices in my head that, ¿qué está diciendo la gente while I'm in LA? And my husband's over here with the kids. Mira ella in the clubs. Mira ella. Ta baile and the pier.
But that's what my therapist said. Whose voice is that? And you know what it is? My mother's.
Ya ves.
That negative talk, she'd be like, who's talking to you like that when you talk? I'm like,
For me,
my mom.
It's my mom, my tia's mom, my mom and dad's side. And they don't mean any harm. That's just it's a generational curse, and they're already far long gone. We can't break that shit. I can't change them, but I can change myself. You see what I'm saying?
So I'm so proud of you and how far you've come in your career, and I want to talk about where you're at now because of the success of your new character, Doña Chona.
Doña Chona.
And who would have thought? Like you've already dabbled in her a few years ago.
She's been existing here for a few years. She just actually came out to play a little bit longer.
The big.
Hello.
I like when you go, I like it big.
I like it big, mijo, because I like to blow on it like that.
Is this the Party City at the balloon store? Oh my God. Yoga, if you have not checked her out, the whole Doña Chona is a whole new character that's become very successful for her. And she likes it, but she says that she still likes to be Los Tios first.
Honestly, Los Tios for me was my very first love character that I've ever done. And the whole time that I've been doing content, Tio Chon and Tio Nacho are my absolute favorite thing that I've ever done. And then Doña Chona came into play, and I'm like, okay, I love her too.
Oh my God, she's hilarious because she's that tia, like that grandma, that the chismosa, but she's also like metiche.
She's metiche. She's chismosa. She's sweet.
Ay, mijo. Oh my God, no,
she's
Gilbert's
endearing.
Mexican restaurant.
Oh yeah,
that one's you have a couple there, but there's one that's like my favorite.
Yeah, which is the one where I send the tortillas back because the new girl didn't toast them for me.
It's just so good. And it's so simple, but it's like, oh my God.
And I think that's why I love Tio Chon and I love Doña Chona so much, is because they are effortless to me. Anytime that you and I have ever done Tio stuff, have we had to sit there and write stuff out?
No, it's all ad lib.
It's all ad lib. It's all improv. It's quick.
Hilarious.
It's easy. It's just off the dome. And I think that's what makes it so organic.
Well, speaking of organis, if anybody would like to sponsor our next sketch, because we're going to be doing something for the Ellipse. Mija, let me tell you something about the Ellipse coming up next Monday. You have to close your eyes.
We're coming out with the big things.
It's going to ruin your retinols.
That's right. We're not even going to wear no glasses. Fuck it.
So we're going to be filming that on Sunday, and I'm so excited because those Theos are not going anywhere, you guys. We just we burn ourselves out so much in this business.
Yeah.
And like she said, we have to decide what's worth it at the time, what's not worth it, sacrifices of time with the family. And some people have to make those really hard decisions. You and I started comedy in our 30s with children.
I was 36, yeah.
And when you already have those obligations and responsibilities, you're married. Like, that's you can't just fucking be in LA every weekend partying and like networking. It doesn't work like that for us.
No.
If it was up to me, I would live in LA. But I have Ava, and I want her to have a decent life.
Dude, well, that's funny because while we were there, I'm like, I know I cannot have my children over here. Mira, aquí todo sucio, mucho tráfico aquí.
Yes, like we have to make those really hard decisions.
Decisions.
There's something in us that's like, no, because I don't want to end up like my mom or my grandma who just settled. I refuse. Yeah. I refuse. We're not built. I'm not built that way.
Neither. I wasn't either. I am.
It keeps me up at night when I'm not doing
what ifs. The what ifs.
They keep me up at night.
I think for me, it was just that I probably could have let all this go. Like in my early 30s, like when I moved home, because when I turned 40, it was already 10 years that I've been back in San Antonio. And it was my brother Abraham. You've met him several times. He's the one that would never let me forget that I have this talent of performing and stuff. And he's like, you got to do something. You got to do something. You got to do something. And like, he never let me forget it. And it wasn't until 2018 that we did that Cardi B parody and it blew up. And he's like, what'd I tell you? Now it's time. Run. And don't stop running.
You see? And it just takes sometimes somebody else to believe in you. Because sometimes we're like, the logic in our head's like, yeah, get off that fucking stage.
Oh, pues not only that, but I was like, hombre, ya estoy casada. ¿Qué voy a hacer?
Yeah.
Tengo hija.
Yeah, you're married, have mortgage, have this, like all the
walls.
all
the busies. Like there's no.
Don't be looking at your watch during my show. I don't appreciate
it. It was. I got a text from cousin Berto.
Okay, hey Berto.
Hey Berto.
So really quickly, what you have shows coming up? Obviously, you have one in Corpus. And then
Yes.
here. Okay, so tell us.
I have one coming up here. It's May 11th, I believe. Let me check my
Pull up the flyer,
Let
Gylan.
me pull up the flyer. Gylan, and Gylan. Have you ever heard, has anybody ever said that to you before? And do you know where that comes from?
What?
Comes from Dave Chappelle. So Dave Chappelle used to do this spoof on Making the Band. P. Diddy's Making the Band. And there was this guy there was a rapper named Dylan. And the way that he would make fun of his persona is like, my name is Dylan. I rip and rhyme. I rhyme and I rip. Dylan, and Dylan. So his name's Gylan. So I'm like, Gylan.
I never put those two together.
Well, you know what I'm
All right,
saying?
so Corpus.
So yeah, so Saturday, May 11th, I will
says
be.
May 18th on the...
No, we're talking about the first one coming up.
All right, sorry.
Yes.
San Antonio.
Yeah, here's San Antonio. I'm actually really excited because this is going to be at the Shriner Auditorium, dude.
Ooh.
Seats about, I think the capacity is 500 people. So there's plenty. This is huge.
have to.
Not only that, but I'm double headlining with this heavy hitting comedian woman. She just finished filming her special, dude. Her name is Just Nesh. I've been stalking her. You guys need to go check her out. Fucking hilarious. And not only that, but I wanted to stalk her because I wanted to see, oh man, like what kind of content does she do? Dude, her and I are going to be like our similar contents because she's a motherfucker, this and that. And you know me, I'm very maldicienta on stage and raunchy. So yeah, I'm a little ranch. So yeah, anywho, I'm really excited to be performing with her. And we also have some San Antonio favorites, you guys. Mary Picarazzi is going to be on the show. Tammy Bernal. And I have not met Demi Chang yet, but she's going to be on the show. So shout out to them. Shout out to Upstage for putting me on. That is May 11th. Get your tickets ASAP. And then Corpitos. I'm coming back.
I love it. Corpus loves you.
Dude, Corpus was weird that first time. Remember? It was
But I
like
had fun.
No, I mean the time when you were like, dude, like we have not been able to go anywhere. Remember that restaurant, that lady?
Oh yeah. Wow. We have a lot of fans down there.
A lot of fans.
And
it was crazy.
They don't get shows like big shows down there a lot. So we were there.
No,
like,
so it was a big deal.
Selena está aquí.
That's kind of
Chona-E.
what it felt like. It's like everywhere we went, we kept getting stopped, and it was really like that was the first time that I was like, this is cool.
It's crazy. It
was
definitely crazy. But
was
yeah,
cool.
so you have those two shows coming up, and
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you. So proud of you and all you've accomplished. I have watched you grow like light years, bro.
They give me up.
I've seen and remember, like I feel like you used to be more not. What is that? Like you were like Chona,
More pachucona.
there you go, pachucona. How do you say that in English? Like butchy,
Tomboy?
tomboy. There
Yeah,
you go.
tomboy.
And look at you, looking all fucking flaca and shit.
I lost some weight, mija. That's why. I
Estás
can
en-
cross my legs, and I'm gonna cross them on the TV show, mija, because before my thighs were so thick, I would always have to sit like this.
Oh shit! Your fupa's almost gone.
Bro,
Notice I didn't say it was gone. I'm fucked
bro,
up.
it's flat. No, it's okay. Fuck you, man. Fucking insult my ass.
It's almost gone. What a
She's all, bitch, it's almost deflated. Está bueno, mija. Dile a toda la gente. This is why we're saying she's a tía.
I am
Ya ves.
a judgmental Thea. Oh, anyway. Well, that is all, and I'm gonna wrap the show up right now.
If you put
follow
a
her.
if you poke me here, sale agre.
Wow.
And the foops.
Goes-
It's all. Weren't we mukbanging?
What? Hot Cheetos.
You said Mexican mukbang?
No,
No? Oh, my bad.
mukbang, like the food.
No, not mukbang. What did you, ASMR?
Oh, ASMR. I was like mukbang, like the bowl of the food with the crab legs.
What would we eat? Migas.
Tacos, carne.
Este miga aquí tiene mucho sabor porque le hice extra crispy.
Do it again.
Wait, I fucked it up.
No, it sounds amazing.
What? You trying to go out tonight?
Elote con queso.
Ponme más mayonesa en el elote con un poquito de paprika.
Ooh. Crispy tripa taco.
Crispy tripa y échame puro aguacate para que my poo-poo turns green.
Cacapopo, baby chichis.
Chichihuancas.
Long ass.
Flappy fupas.
Okay. We need to wrap. This is where, it's time to go.
It's getting off track.
But we will see you guys Sunday live for Los
Tios.
So don't forget to tune in. Follow Chona-E, please. And I also wanted to just say really quickly that for the sponsors, I wanted to tell you guys, thank you for joining me on this ride. But I'm going to be doing a self-help journey with our sponsor, B-Void Counseling. She's a licensed therapist, but she's got a 30-day program that I'm going to go through. If you want to do it,
I'm scared.
If you guys want to do it with me, I'm going to leave the link, but it's a coaching program. So you're not just doing one-on-one therapy. It is coaching you through the heavy topics that you want to hit on so you can heal. And I wanted to mention that because I will be going through that journey, documenting it and sharing it with you guys.
Stop.
If you want to be a part of it.
That's great, dude.
Do you want to do it? Because we all need healing.
No, I know, but you do it first.
Okay. All right. B-Void Counseling, you guys. Look it up, and I will post the link here. I'm going to be doing the journey, and we're all going to come out on top. The solar eclipse is coming. Lots of changes are happening. I'm under construction. Thank you for joining me tonight. And, yeah, if you want to donate or buy something, $ Bean and Chisme is the Cash App, and I appreciate your support. Good night, and I love you.
Good night.